What's up, my comic comrades? The time has finally come. The conclusion to DC's death metal. It's been one heck of a ride, but this is it. The end the future holds for the world's greatest superheroes. Now powerful enough to fight the one who laughs. Severe narration from Sergeant Rock that Wonder Woman has been a god before, but at this moment, she's more. She could see the whole present, the entire war at once. She sees the past too. She sees everyone who's fallen to give them this chance. He laughs, and all she sees is him. As we get of Wonder Woman and the One Who Laughs fighting for the universe as the heroes and villains also fight on Earth. Wonder Woman and the One Who Laughs are so powerful now that they hit each other so hard they fall back through time, back through history itself, past roundtables and the birth of a new kind of human. But they go even farther back than that, landing 160 million years ago where dinosaurs were still roaming the Earth. As we see the Justice League, Wonder Woman's friends, battle their greatest fears on Earth, the One Who Laughs is powered by crisis energy, energy of the self, of this moment and nothing else. And as she falls further through time, Diana sees her friends facing off with their worst fears. Nightmare versions who long ago gave up on silly ideals and are stronger for it. But Diana is charged with anti-crisis energy, a connective force that links all history, all lives as one story. From eons away, she draws strength from her friends, anything to fight him. As we see Batman's Black Lantern army and Bat family fight Groblins. Elsewhere in the universe, Wonder Woman says, "Do it. It's working. Keep fighting." Wonder Woman looks up. She sees the hand of the multiverse. The One Who Laughs tells her Perpetua, her species, the hands, are on their way here to erase this universe because we dare to want more, unless I kill them first. Wonder Woman tells them they're coming because villains like you kept using crisis energy to empower yourselves, empower the present at the expense of the past or the future. But I have reconnected us to our history. All that's left is to destroy you. The One Who Laughs then says, the universe move on in harmony, but what would this universe look like if you were to win? Without a restart, your friends will be dead. Wonder Woman then says to him, then we die so future generations can live and be better than us. Saying, use your newfound powers to see the future, to see if the hands will actually spare this as right. Even if they win, the hands will still undo them. Her friends, everyone, poof, that fast. Consign them and all their stories. Meanwhile, back on Earth, we see the heroes aren't doing so good. Batman and his Bat family are being overrun by the Robin King and his Groblins. And Superman and his friends and family are being beat down by a Dark Living Star version of Superman, whose birth name is Kal-El, but the people of his universe call him Kill-All. We're brought back to Wonder Woman and the One Who Laughs. Wonder Woman, the only thing that matters is surviving and winning. Now you have two choices. You keep fighting me pointlessly, and the hands will be stronger than both of us and erase this universe. Or you surrender, I kill the hands, and I will grant you, your friends, and everyone on Earth a restored world. A paradise island, safe and happy. Don't you see, you join me and everyone wins. But of course, Wonder Woman is all like, no thank you, while literally kicking the hand's hand into the One Who Laughs. You see Wonder Woman start to beat the ever-living crap out of the One Who Laughs, that Wonder Woman is not fighting for this moment or even for the next, but something bigger. The dream of who we are, who we can be. A dream that connects all of us across time and space. She then punches the demon harder and harder. And with every star-shaking impact, she feels his power fleeting. Feel him growing afraid of her, and it makes her laugh. She then hits him so hard, he flies forward through time past roundtables and the birth of a new kind of human. Past all of it, past a whole weird, wonderful, messy tapestry. To the end of everything, to the Death Sun itself, in which all Earth, all stories were long ago absorbed. All matter right here in one place. Wonder Woman then proceeds to throw the One Who Laughs into it, saying, this is where you die, monster. And he tells her, better hurry then, because they're here. Them and feels the hands within striking distance of Earth. This is your last chance, Diana. We can still win. You can't create worlds from your energy, but I can. I'll kill the hands and give everyone an Eden. It doesn't have to end this way. Meanwhile, back on Earth, we see the entire Bat family is dead. Damian, Nightwing, Batgirl, everyone killed by the Robin King's army. And the Robin King, thinking he's won by cutting off Batman's hand, taking the Black Lantern out your ring, you're done. You're likely going to give out any minute. But you could rally. Am I right? You're Batman after all. Sure thing. But first, I gotta say, I've met a lot of versions of me, and you're not the brightest if you think I would keep the real ring on my hand. The Robin King then says, what are you? And Batman interrupts, touching the real Black Lantern ring, which is embedded on his chest inside of the bat symbol, saying, see, now I have my army and yours. So yeah, I'm Batman, but it feels even better to say, we're all Batman, except for you, punk. Says, let me just say how much I've missed you all. Now, let's give this little brute a timeout. Elsewhere in space, Lex arrives to help Clark defeat Kill-All, saying, no way this universe ends without me getting to kill at least one damn Superman. Now go, Clark. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman continues to kill the One Who Laughs, pushing him into the Death Sun. And as she does this, she sees everything and everyone will be no more if she doesn't side with the One Who Laughs. The One Who Laughs then says, think of the world you could have. So she does. She sees it all. Clark, Bruce, her sisters, Steve, everyone. It's warm, bright, and there's music and dancing. Even Bruce is dancing, but badly, of course. She then closes her eyes to see it even better, while shoving the one who laughs, who's screaming, into the flames, knowing he has to be destroyed once and for all, no matter the cost. Inside of a white void, Wonder Woman then says, "Hello? Is someone in? I'm here with you, Diana." Diana then asks, "Who are you?" "You know who I am." Wonder Woman then says, "You're one of them. The Hands. Hear me, please. This reality, we do falter. But there's so much goodness here, I swear." The voice then tells her, when we create a multiverse, our hope is that the life within will follow the path, that it will ascend from simple selfishness to see greater truths. Your multiverse, even after being restarted, has often failed to do so, and at times has gone so far as to fight against such growth. To revel in basic instincts, my kind has been standing by horrified. Diana then asks, "Is it true? Is everything undone? Please, let us know." As before I answer, I will take a form perceivable to you, to give you an example of a being my kind does admire, a creation we celebrate for its heroism, so you understand what we mean. Golden Age Wonder Woman. The Hand now look. Wonder Woman replies, "Me? I don't understand." The Hand then tells her, "You and your kind have fought for good, knowing we would undo you anyway. You saved us when we would have not saved you. We have seen no other multiverse do something so foolish or admirable. As such, you have caused us to rethink some of our methods. Your multiverse will be restored, but quite different." Yes, the multiverse will be restored, but quite different than before. First of all history, all stories will be remembered and set once and for all. We have seen too that perhaps there is no place for walls or boundaries when it comes to your kind. So we shall remove them, but know that no reality has been constructed this way before. It will be new to you and to us. Greater threats, yes, but greater possibilities as well. Does this seem a true way forward to you, Diana? Yes. Yes, it does. I don't know how to thank you except promise that we will make you proud. The Hand and or Golden Age Wonder Woman says, "Before you thank me, know that to do this there will be a great cost. As if my life is part of the cost, I'll give it gladly. But you must ascend to help us protect this fresh new reality. Protect it from a lurking threat." Wonder Woman then says, "Whatever is needed of me." The Hand then says, "Then take my hand and let us greet the future, and let truth be the metal that cuts our path over." "No, my dear, you are not dead. You will be more alive than ever. Everything is restored back to normal. Batman's alive again, Superman is even giving a speech to the world about winning this war. He tells the world, I'm from a planet that died because its people couldn't come together even when facing annihilation. But here, we can. We did, and because of that, we won a chance, a fragile chance to show we could do better, but only together." And as their heroes and even villains celebrate together, saving their universe, Barry interrupts Wally, who's currently playing the drum. "I need to show you something. It's important." Barry then takes Wally to the dark side of the moon. Wally then says, "What is this about?" And Barry tells him, "It's about the future. Now I need you to vibrate at 160.4 gigahertz. Saying, "What? We never use that frequency." Barry answers, "I know. It's cosmic microwave background radiation. Yes, the waves that fill all empty space. Just trust me. The place we're going, we're trying something brand new. At a new space station," which Barry tells them, "we call it the Totality. Think of it as a shield protecting our world from future threats. Made by its greatest minds, villains and heroes together. The next stage of the halls of justice and of doom." Wally says, wait. Villains? Who exactly are you talking? Superman and Batman are just here to oversee its opening. The members are Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, Mr. Terrific, Vandal Savage, Talia al Ghul, and Lex Luthor. "I'm glad you're showing me this, but why? What's happened?" "What's happening, Wallace, is everything. As we know with Diana's sacrifice, the timeline was knotted once and for all. All memories returned. The Earth was restored. All of us were brought back to as we were before the Batman Who Laughs attacked." Wally then says, "But what's the everything that's happening?" Hawkgirl then says, "Well, first, with our past finally set, a myriad of new futures are opening up. And as hypertime heals, we'll likely experience flashes of them and even alternate pasts, in pretty epic fashion. Also, sensors indicate some of the dead have returned. Not just the ones who fell in battle, but people who died before recent events. As for the major powers of the old multiverse, the one we can't find any trace of yet is Darkseid's. Whole multiverses, an infinite web of multiverses. It's becoming our own sort of omniverse. The fact is, it's all new, an infinite frontier. That's not all though. The thing we discovered, the disturbing thing, is that the Earth, our Earth, is no longer the center of the multiverse." Wally then says, "How is that possible?" Batman answers saying, "We don't know, but we've detected not one center, but two sources of energy." Wally then says, "But then," Talia finishes his sentence, "everything. Which is why we must keep it between us until we know more." Wally then says, "Do we know anything about these new cosmic centers at all?" And Martian Manhunter answers, "Opposites. And while they're far beyond our instruments for now, we suspect at least one might be an Earth. It's something we've never seen before, a kind of alpha world. So for now, we're calling it the Elsewhere." It ends with Sergeant Rock saying, "So I leave you with this. In this fragile moment between battles, in this never-ending war, may we all see things through new eyes. Just as Diana did. Maybe see that everything we do, every story, mine, yours, and theirs, is ours, and it all matters." Hawk back in his own timeline, who is currently in battle with Hawkman, writing down everything I just told you in Hawkman's journal, as he was the one narrating this issue and the majority of this series. These three big crisis events: Crisis on Infinite Earths, Infinite Crisis, and Final Crisis. Read Crisis. The word alone commands attention like no other. For what is a crisis if not a moment of absolute breakdown when everything is by saying they are the hero's toughest battles? For in the end, they are the wars for the very soul of the universe. Worlds die, the fabric of our reality is torn asunder. Every single crisis has wrought destruction on a near unimaginable scale, and each was barely won, even with every hero fighting as one. We then go to present day where we see what's left of the Justice League. Now as Wonder Woman rallies her army, she tells them they must keep this in mind, because today their job is to win multiple crises at once. Harley quickly responds by saying, wait, Bats, tell me she didn't just mean multiple as in two. And Batman cuts her off. No, she meant multiple, as in three. How do they plan to carry out this insane plan of breaking into Castle Bat? First, that's a very good question because it seems bat crap crazy. But the answer is they plan to use Jarro. The most powerful psychic in the DC universe, to cloak their presence, zombie-looking Jonah Hex, that they're coming with them to the entrance of the castle to look after Jarro on the outside. Hex then says to Wonder Woman, no offense, but you really think you can block that many minds? Jarro jumps, I'm the greatest psychic in the universe. Of course I can block them all. But then quickly turns to Wonder Woman and asks, I can. By Mr. Miracle, that he'll be using to make his cloaking the three heroes even easier. Anyway, Hawkgirl then speaks up and says, Diana, that realm, we should all go together as the League. But Wonder Woman tells her that if they hope to have any chance of breaching Castle Bat, they must use stealth. And even with the psychic amplifier, that would be way too many people for Jarro to cloak. No one tells me what I can and can't do. But yeah, that's too many. To which Hex says, even in your new pickle jar, enough. Diana's plan is our best hope here. Anyway, Superman steps in and stops the debate. We need to act. He then goes on to assign Martian Manhunter and Hawkgirl to take a team to destroy Perpetua's throne, so they can reroute Wally when the time comes. He also tells Jon Stewart and the other Green Lanterns that their job is to go to the remaining Earths and destroy the massive antennas that are feeding Perpetua the crisis energy from the dark multiverse. Wonder Woman then instructs everyone else to go to Themyscira and wait for their return. She also gives a pep talk reminding everyone that the history of crises is a history of their victories, and that whoever wins the crisis writes the future. If they fight together, they will win and make the universe bright again. Ourselves at Castle Bat, where we see several Joker dragons flying around, as well as several evil Batmen standing watch. The Grim Knight himself appears front and center, and alongside him we're introduced to Mindhunter, who's a mixture between Batman and Martian Manhunter. Then there's Warbat, who's a cross between Batman and Mongol. And lastly, there's Batmazo, which, as you probably guessed, is Batman with all the powers of a Mazo. All these versions of Batman, Swamp Thing, Jarro, Harley, and Hex looking down at Castle Bat and talking about how they're going to get past all their tripwires. Superman says he would just fly through them, but he's struggling to stay in control with the anti-life still growing inside him. Hex then chimes in, I'll go. There ain't a lot of me left anyway. I'll distract them. To which Jarro happily replies, sounds good. I say go for it. But Swamp Thing speaks up and says that he will harness all the green that is left and pull it into himself in order to open a tunnel underground. Everyone stand back as I do what must be done. He then lays on the ground and vanishes into the green. We then see Swamp Thing speaking to the Parliament of the Green, which agrees to give Swamp Thing all the green that is left for the mission, transforming Swamp Thing into a massive underground passageway. Everyone then hurries into the tunnel, and Wonder Woman reminds Superman and Batman that the dark is reactive to their thoughts, so they need to focus on the victorious moment, the end, so they can land in the right crisis worlds where the same events are happening over and over. But as she's saying this, Jarro speaks up and says that he sees the Batman who laughs, that he's found Wally and is gaining on him. Wonder Woman then says, we need to hurry. If the one who laughs catches Wally, steals his power, he'll be even stronger than Perpetua. Reach the end of the passage, with Castle Bat just on the other side of the wall. Wonder Woman then asks Superman to use his X-ray vision and see if there are any Dark Knights lurking on the other side. So when he tries to use his X-ray vision, his heat vision comes out instead, and the walls come crashing down, bringing them face to face with a new batch of crazy Dark Knights. We mean Ark, was an evil Batman that has somehow merged with all the villains from Asylum. We then find out that Pearl is actually a Dark Multiverse Martha Wayne inside Dark Multiverse daughter of Batman and Wonder Woman. Swamp Thing then says, we are outnumbered, and asks Jarro if he could block their mind, that the evil Batman has some kind of blocker on them and that he can't break through. Superman tells Jarro to focus on the living castle instead and force it to attack the Dark Knights, seal them off, and open a way out for them. He's able to do it, which allows Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman to move deeper under the castle, and provides the escape for the rest of them. As the Trinity moves deeper into the darkness under Castle Bat, Superman says, wait, the anti-life that's infecting me. I can sense other creatures acting to me, and nearby is something powerful, some dark, godlike beast. Batman then sparks up a flare, and when he does, they find themselves face to face with a chained up Barbados. An angry Batman begins to scream at Barbados, saying that all of this was his fault, because he's the one who brought the Batman who laughs from the dark multiverse. But Barbados, is it? Before I rose up and brought him here, my role was at the Forge of Worlds, where Earths are made from great hopes and nightmares of everyone alive are born into the day. In the last years, I watched my realm fill with more nightmare planets than ever. world upon world of anger and selfishness and fear and hate. All I did was bring my realm here for you to see. So whose fault is this crisis truly? You see crises as triumphs, but their very occurrence is a testament to your failure, to your inability to make those you protect feel inspired, feel hopeful. So enter the dark and see what you... Superman knocks Barbados the freak out with a single punch. He then sees Batman and Wonder Woman looking at him. What? He could have yelled for help. We see Jarro and Hex are of course harassing each other, but Swamp Thing breaks it up by saying, something evil comes this way. Immediately followed by the Robin King stepping out of a beam is the Robin King, guys. And I just came to show you my utility belt. It's got something special for each of you. We then jump back to the Trinity, who have now reached the point of entry for the Dark Multiverse. Each of them take an Alfred box, and after a quick pep talk, leap into the darkness. We then go back to the team outside, who's under full assault from the Robin King. The Robin King starts by attacking Swamp Thing with a batarang shaped as an R, and he says it stands for rot. And the reason it stands for rot is because he coated it in the blood of Anton and Abby Arquette. Hex then turns to Jar. Can't you do anything, Jarfish? But Jar responds, I'm trying, but the little punk has defenses against me. The Robin King then goes on to wreck the entire team and even obliterates Jonah Hex with a special bullet that eats away at his tissue. So in a last-ditch effort to survive the attack and buy themselves some time, Swamp Thing uses what's left of his strength to pull the wall down on the Robin King, but seals the pathway back in the process, effectively leaving the Trinity stranded to Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman as they're approaching each of the Crisis worlds. Superman says, it's working. I can see Darkseid, as he's lost. I'm almost there. Batman then follows by saying, and I see the Anti-Monitor right at the moment we brought him down. But as he's finishing his sentence, we see him land inside the world where the Crisis on Infinite Earths is happening over and he becomes surrounded by some kind of being that could shapeshift and is all over him. Batman then starts screaming, get off me, where's the Anti-Monitor? And when he says that, the strange being says, why, I'm right here, Batman, don't you recognize me? As a childlike Anti-Monitor reveals himself. Superman land in the final Crisis world to also find the state of things very different from how they should be. This is all wrong, only to immediately be confronted by the crazy dark multiverse Darkseid with tusks on it in the Infinite Crisis. I don't understand. This isn't right. I don't remember this happening in the Crisis. Someone fly up behind because it didn't die. The narrator is in fact Superboy Prime, who finishes by saying, on these Crises worlds, Wonder Woman, all at once, I see it in her eyes. The gravity of the word crisis. Suddenly, she understands what I told you earlier. There are moments when everything can change in an instant, and the one who laughs sent us ahead, make new endings for the stories. The Anti-Monitor shaped them into a new history, the right history, the one that should have happened.